All good, Josh? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Kern and Jake Sports Show. Let me get my lower third up here. As you know, I am Captain Man here today. Let's cut it on over to Jacob Bush, a.k.a. Kid Danger.
Yeah, and we got one of our old special guests here to bring us with some NBA trade updates. We got Blake Stevenson.
As Jasper.
Not too sure what that
Have you ever seen Henry
implies.
Danger?
Yeah.
You never seen the show?
I've seen it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But
Well,
I got the trade updates for y'all, and we'll be rolling into after this. Don't go anywhere after the Kern and Jake is done, because we got the NBA trade deadline. We'll be live completely through the end of the trade deadline, and we'll be giving y'all live reports, opinions, updates, really everything. So it's gonna be a little bit of a longer show today.
shout out to Bro. All right, we're going to start out Super Bowl talks. So, Jake, how do we feel about this Super Bowl?
I mean, this is going to be an interesting game with both teams, you know. Seahawks have looked really dominant this season. I feel like their offense has been one of the best in the NFC.
Yeah.
Also, though, with the Patriots, I know we talked about it last week, but we did say that they have kind of gone through an easy schedule. Some say they don't deserve to be in it. Personally, like we said last week, it doesn't really matter how you get to the Super Bowl. You still made it.
You got there.
You got there. But I'm just saying, with them going through a pretty easy schedule, I'm a little concerned for how these Patriots will do. But, you know, Super Bowl is an interesting time. Anything can happen.
Yeah, especially with the Patriots being such a young team
Mhm.
at this moment. A lot of young players stepping up this season. I don't know. I think that experience that the Seahawks have so far with a little bit older players, I think it's going to get to them.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have the older players from the Seahawks, but a lot of them are really players who have developed into the role. I mean, you just look at Sam Darnold. He's a guy who's he's been in the league for a couple of years now, but I mean, how many years has he really been a starter and been good as a starter?
2 years.
2 years,
2
right?
years.
Vikings last year, and then unfortunately, the Vikings cut him for McCarthy, which was a horrible decision with hindsight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, look at him now. He's in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have him. You have
The best receiver in the NFL right now.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Mhm.
Very, very good player, but it'll be interesting to see how he lines up against Christian Gonzalez.
Mhm.
Lockdown corner, probably top 3 cornerback in the league right now. At least man cornerback in the league. What? Because you got Patrick Surtain, AJ Terrell, Christian
Yeah.
Gonzalez. Those are probably the top 3 man cornerbacks in the league.
And Drake May.
Yeah, Drake. Man.
Drake May, definitely an interesting talent to look at. But, I mean, really, when it comes down to this game, I just think it's going to be how the Patriots defense does
Yeah.
against the Seahawks offense. Everyone looks at the crazy Seahawks defense and the crazy Patriots offense. We both know they're going to produce. But when you look at the Seahawks offense, they can really strike you any way that they want to. And then you look at the Patriots defense. Again, really unique style of play from the Patriots defense and the Seahawks offense. It'll be really interesting to see how they go against each other.
Yeah, I think the main cause for concern for number one, Seattle is their run game. Is the run game going to be good? Because we know the Patriots' run game has pretty much carried them a little bit, at least for half the season it was. But the run game for Seattle hasn't been there all season.
Mhm.
Kenneth Walker finally playing good as soon as playoffs start, but, I mean, he was really bad all season. But I don't know anything about this Patriots defensive line. I don't know how good they are. But with how good the Patriots run game is, it's going to be hard to stop. But that defensive line on Seattle, it's shown it can stop some of the best rushers in all of the NFL. So it's really up to that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. And the Patriots' defense, I will say, has actually, like we said, granted, easier season, have played very consistent and very well. And, yeah, Seattle can throw the ball, but you still need to run it at the end of the day also. So if the Patriots stop that, Seattle will have to just surely rely on a pass game, and then that won't, as good as they are in the pass game, it's not hard to stop if done well, and then that can possibly lead to an upset where the Patriots win.
I mean, the Patriots won because the Seahawks didn't run the ball. So I don't know if that happens again. But, Jake, you ready to go on to our next topic, college basketball?
All right. Well, for college basketball, we have a few games tonight, we have one game tonight. It's Penn State and Michigan. Michigan is number 2. is one of the best teams in the nation. Has probably one of the most dominant offenses, I would argue, in NCAA double. Oh wait, why did I say double? In basketball, and
Yeah.
this game will just be a washout if you ask me. I mean, honestly,
Probably.
if you were to ask me, I can see when March comes, I can see Michigan making it to the Final Four.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, for sure. I like the Michigan team. They're definitely a streaky team. And when I mean streaky, I mean streaky wins.
Oh, yeah,
They
ain't
can
that the
win
truth?
a lot of games back to back, and they've shown it.
Didn't they win the Vegas tournament back in November?
I believe they did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
Everybody- They blew out Gonzaga in the championship. They blew out Auburn. They probably should have ended up playing Tennessee in the championship, but because of the seeding and the teams that they played, and they didn't want beat Gonzaga by enough points or Houston by enough points or something. So, I definitely would have preferred to see a Michigan-Tennessee game. I think that would have been really interesting. But I mean, this Michigan team is a team that I see probably in the Final Four. I think the Final Four is pretty set out this year, but that's just my opinion.
I will say we definitely did have a lot of upsets last night. We had number 10 Michigan State lose to Minnesota 76-73. We have Oklahoma State beating a ranked 16 BYU 99-92, which BYU I feel like had a really good defense when it came to that side of the ball. And then we have Gonzaga losing to Portland 87-80, which those games honestly shocked me when I saw the scores of those. It was interesting to see those.
We're talking about previous games. I'm talking about what happened last night. In Tuscaloosa, A&M walks in. Alabama's been having a pretty bad stretch. So A&M walks in, and everybody thinks A&M's going to win. This game was close the entire time, but Alabama gets it done 100-97. Believe
It was Aiden
Holloway with the
insane and one.
Yeah, the insane
Falling
and
down,
one.
He just threw it up there, and it just happened to go in. He got fouled.
20 points as well. I can't remember. I think it was Latrell Wrightsell Jr. hitting the half-court shot. Not buzzer beater shot right before halftime.
Yeah, that was Latrell.
I think it might have been Phylon who shot it first, and it bounced off.
I think it was Latrell with the shot though.
Latrell made it. He got someone got the rebound. It was like
I think it was
back out to Allen.
I think it was Bediako.
It might have been. But I saw that shot that tied it up going into half. And this Bama team was on fire the whole time. Their defense was a little bit slow, but their offense has looked good.
And that's been the story of Alabama basketball under Nate Oates. So
that's so true.
Well, it is interesting with Texas A&M. Right now, they are still number one in they are tied right now with Florida for number one in conference play right now, with a 7-2 record. Kentucky, I feel like Kentucky hasn't really been as good as they have been in recent.
Season.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're quietly a 3 seed though.
Oh, for real?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Vanderbilt was on a tear earlier before they started losing. I feel like they've kind of fallen off a little bit, if you ask me, ever since they started losing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's really hard to tell with the SEC this year if they're good or not. I mean you have teams beating up each other all season long, and then you have Auburn losing to Michigan by 30, but then you have Alabama going out there and beating St. John's. Not to say anything about Alabama and Auburn, but just I mean, it wouldn't be surprising to me if Auburn beat Alabama.
I don't know, but I feel like both Alabama and Auburn have kind of played compared to last season.
Very inconsistent.
Very inconsistent.
And it's hard to tell who's good and who's bad. And that's how it is just going to be in the SEC with basketball, especially in basketball. You play so many times, anyone can beat anyone. I mean, Alabama's sitting out here with 7 losses, like 2/3 the way through the season. So I mean,
it's kind of ridiculous.
But then you have teams like Nebraska out here with 1 loss. But I mean,
exactly.
But they're also
who have they like really played though? Right. See, if Nebraska was in the SEC, it's just really interesting because I mean the SEC has a lot of good teams, but we don't really know how many great teams they have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it is funny looking at these stats. You want to see Oklahoma 1-9 in conference play, and they have their the win and loss streaks. I want to see what you guess. How many losses do you think they've had in a row?
7.
A little bit more.
8.
Little
9 in a row. They lost 9 in a row.
Yep, that is honestly crazy. So if you're playing Oklahoma, it looks like it's going to be a guaranteed win.
Well, nothing is guaranteed in basketball.
That is fair.
That's true.
But this Oklahoma team is definitely struggling.
All right, I guess that's it for college basketball. We're going to go on to a topic I know a lot about. Let's get this up. The Royal Rumble happened this past weekend in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and from what I would have said the show was super short. We only had 4 total matches throughout the entire day. But you know what? The 2 Rumbles, I actually pretty liked them. They're pretty good. Jake, I know you probably don't have anything to say about this, but Blake, what'd you think about the Women's Rumble?
I think it was stupid.
You think it was stupid?
I think it was stupid.
I think the ending was stupid.
I think Liv Morgan winning was a horrible decision.
I think that was the worst thing about the entire night.
I don't think it was the worst thing about the entire night. I think the worst thing about the entire night was the decision to host it in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that was a weird decision.
Uh,
I'm not even the biggest WWE
and
fan.
unfortunately for the WWE, it wasn't really up to them.
Nah.
They did sign a contract a few years ago saying that they had to have at least one pay-per-view event in Saudi Arabia each year. I think like they didn't really get to choose; it just happened to be the Royal Rumble randomly selected or something like that. So
don't they have Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia?
yeah, but I don't know if they're doing that this year. So I think they had to replace it. That's what I'm saying.
It's kind of a mid-event too. I can't lie.
Yeah, it is. No one really likes Crown Jewel. Oh wait, no, because they didn't even have Crown Jewel last year. They did King of the Ring, and it was in Saudi Arabia. You remember?
It was?
King of the Ring.
King and Queen of the Ring.
Oh, I forgot about. I forgot who won that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's forgot.
So that just proves how lackluster the Saudi Arabian events have been. I don't think the WWE is putting much effort into the booking for them. Unfortunately, when you have someone like the Royal Rumble, I mean,
Yeah.
the most surprising guest appearance was Brie Bella.
For the women's, probably, yeah.
And who was the guy that came from AEW? For men's?
What was it? Powerhouse Hobbs.
Powerhouse
He's
Hobbs,
going to
yeah.
something else now.
But I don't know his new name. I don't know, but it's like
I don't know, but I will say we did see 2 spectacular performances, one from each Rumble. From the Women's Rumble, obviously, it was Sol Ruka.
yeah, okay.
I think after that performance, she's going to be put into a title match pretty soon.
I mean, she's definitely one of my favorite wrestlers in the company right now, if not my favorite.
I think she has one of a top 3 finisher in the entire company.
Maybe top 15 all time.
Oh, all time?
Top 15 all time.
You know, that finisher is great. So.
It's a great finisher. But then the men's rumble, I hated even more than the women's rumble.
You know, it started off pretty good. People were saying Braun Breaker going number 1 got leaked the day before on SmackDown.
Right.
So they put Obafemi, which is Obafemi probably had the best night out of anybody.
He's a beast,
Maybe Sol Ruka had a better night.
I just think that I hated the way that they handled Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
but this is what really ticked me off. Okay, Jey Uso was having his entrance, doing his yeet thing. The whole crowd was looking at Jey Uso, and Brock Lesnar gets eliminated when none of the crowd was even paying attention.
Why is Jey Uso doing an intro in the Royal Rumble?
And Brock Lesnar gets eliminated as he's coming in. That was the worst decision I think they could have ever made.
Honestly, every time Brock Lesnar gets eliminated, that should be one of the you should have 4 main topics throughout your Royal Rumble: your start, your ending, and then 2 major events in the middle. Brock Lesnar getting eliminated always has to be one of those. That has to be a main priority.
Yeah, especially with him having the most eliminations in one Royal Rumble of all time. I don't think that's comparable to really anything ever. I mean, you have Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar. Those are the 2 guys that everybody needs to know. Hey, this guy got eliminated.
Yeah.
Things are about to change.
And Jey Uso's intro is kind of old at this point. I get if I was in the crowd, I would still be hyped for it, but I mean, we've seen it so much on TV that you don't need to be doing that in the middle of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, especially he did it in the ring too.
Mhm.
I do think Logan Paul did a pretty good job at the Rumble, to be honest.
He
surprised me.
He's surprisingly always good at the Royal Rumble.
But I was really, really, really surprised. There were no special guest appearances by anybody.
Mm-hmm.
No, nothing. There was
There's Powerhouse Hobbs. That was.
Special
cool.
guest though. He's now in the company now, so we have.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Brie Bella. That's really the only one I could think of. Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, but she's.
Nah,
still,
Nikki's been back.
Yeah, she's been
a
back.
month or 2.
But
honestly, Roman Reigns
Tiffany Stratton. But
coming back from injury,
that's coming back from. That doesn't have the same feeling as oh my gosh, they're back. They've been gone for months. Like it would be
Like,
different if Batista was in the Rumble.
It's not
Yeah.
it's not like after 08 Cena, you can't like make another great injury comeback anymore.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I mean, yeah, I just feel like they definitely could have done a little more with it. I know you're in Saudi Arabia, but come on now, the booking's got to be better than this.
Yeah, but
Um,
Roman Reigns winning, actually, I actually kind of liked it. Obviously, I was watching it. I was like, "Yep, Obafemi's got to win." He looked so good in that match. I was like,
yeah,
"Just
he
give
looked
it
good.
to him."
He did look really good.
I think they're gonna give him like
I
the
think-
Gunther treatment.
I do think Roman Reigns was the right pick. I didn't think they were gonna do it. I mean, if you know me, you know my favorite wrestler is Trick Williams.
Oh,
But
Trick Williams has a top 5 entrance right now.
yeah,
I can't lie.
My
I'd say
favorite
top
my
3.
favorite wrestler is Trick Williams right now. But yeah. So if you know me, you know that. But I knew that I thought at least that they were gonna try and like make like a push with somebody, make them win the Rumble.
Looked like Obo was gonna do that. but-
It was looking like it, and I was like, they wouldn't really
I
put
mean,
like
they
when you
don't
have
wanna-
bigger guys,
He
you
just-
don't really make them last that
and he
long.
just got called up too for this.
So I didn't really know who they were gonna make win. But like with hindsight, I think Roman Reigns was the right pick.
Yeah, at this point, you can't really throw like we have a ton of old guys in the company in the main event scene right now. It's not the right time to throw in a young star. So, like, what I think but the thing I hated the most was Gunther coming out at number 30. That made no sense to me. You just retired AJ Styles. Why are you in the Royal?
He was already announced that he was gonna be in the match as well.
Oh, for real? I didn't. I thought he was
So-
just fighting AJ.
I had already known like, if he's gonna fight AJ and he's gonna be in the Rumble, he's gonna be like 28, 29, 30 because they wouldn't make him have a whole match
Yeah.
and then have a long Rumble too.
Mm-hmm.
And it would also be stupid if they make Gunther retire somebody and win the Rumble in the same night. That would just be the worst like push of all time, especially since like
That'd
I
be-
would compare Gunther to the Nikola Jokic of WWE.
He literally is. That is the perfect comparison.
Yeah, you really can't make a better comparison than that, if you ask me.
But
Yeah,
Well,
other than that,
the stuff with Braun Breaker getting attacked, I liked it.
yeah, that's what I was about to bring up.
Honestly, I would have loved to see Braun Breaker versus Obafemi at the start. No, the one thing we didn't get was Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. They teased it so much during the match, and then he went to go try to eliminate Logan Paul in the middle of them two fighting, and Brock just eliminated him.
I think that'll be maybe a WrestleMania match though.
Honestly,
That'd probably make
that'd
a
be
good
perfectly
WrestleMania
fine
match.
with me. That would be such a great match.
That would be a good match.
And then what we have, McIntyre
Yeah.
versus Sammy for the WWE title. Why is
For the
Sammy in the
title.
main event picture?
I mean, I like Sammy, but like
He's not.
the
He's not
gimmick.
that
The
guy.
gimmick has been the same thing for like 15 years or however long he's been in the company.
Well, it just gets stale.
And his thing is just, he loses to Drew McIntyre a lot. He never
Yeah.
wins the title. He's like the Dolph Ziggler of now, except if he was less athletic.
Mm.
All right.
Other than that, I mean, the Gunther match was okay. I wasn't a fan of it. I did think AJ was gonna lose. I figured he was gonna lose just because I think he's gonna go back to TNA and retire with TNA.
Ooh.
But Gunther is. I think they're pushing him a little too much for like. He doesn't have enough of a style to be a front runner for.
Yeah, I think it's
company
like
and
what they
face.
did with Roman Reigns in 2015.
Yeah,
they're just it's just
they're forcing
Gunther,
it down our
Gunther,
throats.
Gunther.
But Roman at least has some style to him. But
Yeah.
Gunther is just like, oh, I like horses. Like,
yeah. I mean, he literally is like that. But going on to our final topic, we're gonna talk about this real quick because we don't have much time. NBA trade deadline. What I want to talk about is the Golden State Warriors fumbling the bag and not getting Giannis yesterday.
well, the Bucks did say they were gonna close. They closed down all trades from the Warriors, and now they did trade. They did close down all trades for Giannis specifically. Not all trades in general though. They did trade Cole Anthony and Amir Coffey to the Suns for Nick Richard and Nigel Hayes Davis. Looking into some other trades, though, you did see the Anthony Davis. We all saw
Anthony
the
Davis.
Anthony Davis trade. Anthony Davis.
The Wizards are
D'Angelo
looking
Russell,
good now.
I know
Dante
that's
Exum,
actually
Jaden
crazy.
Hardy to the Wizards for Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Malachi Brown, and Marvin Bagley III. 2 first-round picks in 3 seconds. Another big trade, Jared McCain was traded to the Thunder from the 76ers for 4 picks, including a first-round pick that was originally the Rockets, and 3 second-round picks. Vucevic Simons trade, I think that's a really a big trade for the Bulls because it shows they're in full rebuild mode. They have 14
yeah.
second-round picks over the next 3 years. That's going to be really interesting.
14 second-round picks.
That's actually
Keon
pretty
Ellis and
crazy.
Dennis Schroeder traded for DeAndre Hunter. I think that this shows that the Cavs are going all in on Jalen Tyson now. He's been playing pretty well. He's been outperforming DeAndre Hunter as of late, so they get a good backup guard, especially with James Harden being gone. With the James Harden Darius Garland deal, I think it's a really interesting trade. We'll see how that shapes up
Yeah.
for the Cavs. And talk about the fleece of the century, Jaren Jackson Jr. to the Jazz in an 8-player trade for essentially it's just Jaren Jackson for Walter Clayton and 3 first-round picks.
Shout out to the Grizzlies.
You
I
go
know.
from one of the youngest, the Jazz. You go from one of the youngest teams with the most picks. Now you're just trading away your youth and your picks. I do not like it at all.
Yep.
It was interesting when I heard about that.
Another big trade that the Bulls made. Kobe White and Mike Conley for Colin Sexton and Ousmane Dieng and 3 second-round picks.
Mike Conley.
I mean, Kobe White being traded, Colin Sexton, and 3 second-round picks. I think it's a pretty fair trade, to be honest. Not much going to change in the style of play for either one of the teams. We talked about the Kristaps trade. I think it's a good trade for both teams. The Hawks get some shooting on the perimeter that they desperately needed.
I wish we didn't trade Kuminga because if Kuminga survived the deadline, I was going to buy a Kuminga jersey. And now he's gone.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon, Kern.
But, he's going to play good in Atlanta. I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And also, Trace Jackson Davis was traded to the Utah Jazz for a second-round pick and some compensation and cash. So, just trying to clear up some space around the court. I guess they're going on Quentin Post and Kristaps. Ayo Dosunmu and Julian Phillips to the Timberwolves for Rob Dillingham and Leonard Miller and 4 second-round picks. Great trade by the Bulls. By the Timberwolves, I meant. Sorry, their teams getting mixed up. Another fleece, Luke Kennard to the Lakers for Gabe Vincent and a second-round pick. I don't know how the Lakers did this. They're just always...
Gabe Vincent. Who wants
I
Gabe
don't know.
Vincent?
I don't know.
Jose Alvarado to the Knicks for second-round picks and Dalen Terry. Jose Alvarado, I don't remember his nickname, but he's like the thief guy or whatever.
Thief guy.
Oh, GTA?
Yeah.
Jose Alvarado, Grand Theft Auto.
Right as we speak, Ivica Zubac was traded to the Indiana Pacers.
What?
Wait, what?
Yes.
The Pacers?
Yeah, Zubac was just traded to the Pacers, everybody.
Wow.
What?
Huge move by the Pacers. So, as we speak, anyways, Chris Boucher also got traded to the Jazz. Cole Anthony and Amir Coffey to the Suns for Nick Richard and Nigel Hayes Davis. Hunter Tyson and a second-round pick to the Nets for a second-round pick, just pick swap. But this opens up a slot for the Nuggets on the roster, so I would expect the Nuggets to be making a trade coming up here shortly, picking up a player. Eric Gordon and a second-round pick to the Grizzlies for a pick swap. Again, just clearing out a player, being able to trade for a player. But that's all the trades that have happened at the deadline so far.
All right, and that is the bell as well. So we'll be, Blake will be back
We're leaving y'all in capable
in
hands.
a few minutes. Me and Jake are gonna head out of here. I'll take these graphics off for you. And we'll see y'all next week for the next sports show.
Yeah, don't tune out, though. I will be live hosting live NBA reporting, trade updates, and really just overviews and opinions on the trade deadline. Giving live reports. We're going to be here until about 2:05. Trade deadline is at 2 p.m. Central Time. So, again, I have Shams plugging. He's the plug. Shams is going to be right here with me. So anything that comes in, it's right here. So I have active reports. We'll be talking all about the Zubac trade that just went down, Anthony Davis trade, Harden trade, Anthony Davis trade. I think I already said that.
Yep.
But anyways, and the Lakers making a push, Cavs potentially trying to make a push if they make another trade here shortly before the deadline, and the Kristaps trade. Really everything. So definitely stay tuned in. We'll be right back.
Well, we're leaving y'all in good hands with Blake. Don't worry.
What is going on, everybody? We are here with live reports on the NBA trade deadline. We're here with reports, updates, and opinions on the latest NBA trades. I have Sham sitting right here with me, essentially, just waiting for reports. If you did not hear us a minute ago, as Vika Zubac was just recently traded to the Indiana Pacers. We do not know the details of the trade yet, but it definitely a big trade for the Clippers. They've been making a lot of moves during the deadline, and I think it's going to be really interesting to see what they get in return and how it pans out. Once we figure out what they get, we'll be right here. Right here with the updates and just opinions on what happens. I'm here with Will Honeycutt. If you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Will. Let's see what's going on in the NBA.
Yeah, so I do have pull it up right here. Anything that comes in, we'll just be providing opinions, but I do think it's a good pickup for the Pacers, who are really lacking star talent since Tyrese Halliburton is injured. Definitely he had a great run in the finals, and then now that he's everything just seems to have fallen apart. They went from NBA finals to last seed, and I think the NBA maybe, I don't even know, but
I think they're gonna be building for next year.
Yeah, definitely for sure. If I can pull up the previous trades right quick. I know I did just talk about it, but if I can find, here's the deadline. Yeah, so in terms of players who have requested trades, LeBron was reported to have requested a trade, but apparently that was just rumors. Giannis obviously has been the talk of really everything, but nothing's really come out with him, and they said that they're not really looking for trading with Giannis anymore. They did make a trade with Cole Anthony, but we'll get into that in a minute. What else? We have Zion. He didn't request a trade, but he did say he was uncomfortable in New Orleans, so that would be something to keep your eye on. Ja Morant as well. Yeah, so I would keep an eye on maybe potentially Ja Morant getting traded to the Pelicans, maybe for like a Trey Murphy or something like that. So we have a lockdown drill at our school right now. So what's going to happen is we're going to keep going because we are already in the room that we need to be in. So I think we're good to go. If something happens, I guess we'll receive word on instructions on what to do, but I think we're good. Anyways, do you have any opinions, ideas you think where Giannis might go in the offseason, or Ja Morant, Zion, really anything like that?
Honestly, I see Giannis going to the Timberwolves.
You think Giannis going to the Timberwolves?
I
think that's what everyone's been saying. Timberwolves, Heat. I want to say Cavs just because I'm a Cavs fan, but he's probably not going to the Cavs.
Speaking of the Cavs, how do you feel about the new James Harden news?
Yeah, the James Harden trade. I think it's a win-now trade, but in order for this to really be a great trade, I think we need to pick up another really good player. Preferably a small or a forward or a power forward or something like that. I would be okay with trading away Jarrett Allen or Evan Mobley. I want to keep Jalen Tyson for the youth, especially since we just picked up a 36-year-old man. He might be 38. But yeah, I want to keep Sam Merrill. But it's not really a matter of opinion. This trade went down. I think it was a great trade. So, yeah, you can have your opinions that you want, but I think each team's got what they wanted in return for the trade. I think that the Cavs are building themselves for a now, and I think that the Clippers are building themselves for the future, which kind of goes with what I'm saying here with the Zubac trade. I do think it's a really interesting trade for them to make. Again, what I'm talking about, the Cavs win now. They did trade away DeAndre Hunter for Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder, so we do have a little bit of more guard depth now. I'm not quite too sure how old DeAndre Hunter is, but I don't think he's like that old or that young. I think he's about average age.
Yeah.
But while we're still somewhat on the topic of offseason, do you think that there's going to be any players that were looking to be traded that's going to be pushed back to the offseason? I mean, you had Giannis. I really don't know, because I feel like everyone who's wanted to get traded has really gotten pushed out of their environment. I know you'll hear that. So we're about to be in dark mode in here in a minute. Josh, I guess you turn off the light. Yeah. So y'all can't see much here. I'll turn up the brightness here for y'all. But I'm gonna be looking a little interesting for a moment. So yeah, the Clippers they made their deal, or made their intentions obvious. Same thing with the Bulls moving for the future. But yeah, so
Oh, what about Oklahoma City picking up Jared McCain?
oh yeah, that was a big pickup for them. I mean, do you have any opinions on that?
I think McCain's a good young player. I think he's gonna be good. He's having a little bit of a down year from last year, but I think he's gonna be good in the next few years. Sweet.
Yeah, I think he'll be pretty good, especially in the Thunder with the veterans around him. He's gonna be in a good environment. Sorry for the the background noise. I think we're gonna try and push strong through this. Hopefully, this is a drill, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Last about an hour and a half ago, Eric Gordon was traded alongside a second-round pick to the Grizzlies for a pick swap, just opening up a spot on the roster. Same thing. The Nuggets did the same thing. Hunter Tyson, and a 2032 second-round pick, was traded to the Nets just in the pick swap. And it opens up a spot in the Nuggets. But I would expect a move from the Nuggets, a team that has been missing the best player probably in the NBA. They've been missing him. So I would expect a move to try and pick up some help and literally anything else. So, yeah. Also, a trade that recently happened, Chris Boucher to the Jazz. I don't really have any input on that. It's just Chris Boucher. I mean, he's not going to be a huge difference, but, I mean, he's a good player. Jose Alvarado to the Knicks for second-round picks and Dalen Terry. I think that's a great pickup by the Knicks. I think Jose Alvarado is a very underused and underappreciated player. Yeah, Luke Kennard to the Lakers for Gabe Vincent, another steal for the Lakers because they just get whatever they want apparently, which is just Los Angeles for you. So we do have some reporting on the the another trade. Pacers made another trade. So okay. Here is the details on the Clippers-Pacers trade. So the Pacers are sending Benedict Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson, and 2 first-round picks and 1 second-round pick to the Clippers for Zubac. The Clippers are receiving 2026 first-round pick from the Pacers, protected 1 through 4 picks, and 10 through 30, plus 2029 Pacers unprotected first-rounder. So really, honestly, I think it's a great trade for both teams because you're the Clippers, you're building for the future, and then the Pacers, you're just trying to get out of this hole. So I think that's a great move.
And yeah, speaking of the future, this draft class it looks like it's gonna be pretty stacked. This coming up draft class.
Oh yeah.
So I think a lot of people are trading for picks to try to get themselves in a better position for the next year.
And I think it makes sense why the Pacers put a 1 through 4 protected on the pick that they traded away because they would want to keep the pick if it's a top 4. I mean, you have 3 players in this draft class who would be number 1 pick in almost any other draft class. So
and pairing them up with Halliburton whenever he comes back.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Zubac, Halliburton, and I mean, imagine let's just say they get AJ Debinsa. That would almost be unstoppable. The Pacers would be back in business. They would go from a finals run to the bottom seed back to a finals run in the span of 2 years. Yeah. I mean,
that just shows how much one player can impact a team.
Right. I mean, it's not a team sport, but it's a team. It's a team sport, but it's not a team sport at the same time because with this whole trade deadline and James Harden being on his 6th team, I mean, come on now. I want to say. Let's see. Yeah, so Benedict Mathurin and Isaiah Jackson, both gonna be Clippers now. So that's gonna be
pretty interesting to see how that pans out. Wait. Yeah, I said that right. It's going to be interesting to see how that pans out for them. But are we still in the dark? I don't.
We're still in the drill, dog.
Oh man. All right. Well, I don't know. Whenever the
Isn't
people,
this the drill?
when the people are coming by, but I'm gonna be quiet in case they want to hear, and in case they're like testing. The
There
drill.
we
The
go.
drill has now concluded. We're
Knock
good.
it out.
Lights on.
Okay.
We're back to regularly scheduled programming. I don't know. Do you have anything to add, Will?
I just think, I think that some of these trades are gonna be interesting. I think, I don't know how I like the James Harden trade. I don't know if he really is much of a team player. I don't think he fits real well into Cleveland. I feel like you get the youth of Garland whenever you had him, and James Harden just doesn't bring that.
I mean, James Harden. I don't know. My thing with Darius Garland as a Cavs fan, I love the guy, one of my favorite players. But when you're injury prone, you're not going to develop. You don't develop if you don't play. And Darius Garland has been injured. James Harden has already had a better season. He's been averaging 10 more points, 6 more rebounds, 3 more assists on I think about the same minutes. So I mean, the only downside is that he's 36. So
I guess they're in more of a win now mood than if they would have kept Garland.
So yeah, I think that's a interesting move by both teams. Just showing what their priorities are, and the Cavs doing this as a 4 seed, by the way. And the interesting thing, Cleveland and LA did play last night. This trade happened 2 days ago now. So Cleveland and LA played last night. Unfortunately for the fans at the game, James Harden nor Darius Garland played in the game for the opposing teams. So, but without them, Cleveland won. I think Cleveland won by 40 or something. Like they killed him. It got blown out of the water, which I love as a Cavs fan. But yeah, unfortunate to see Darius go with everything he's done for our organization. Clutch Player of the Year finalist last season. Yeah, just a great player, great guy, I think. But I have seen all the reports saying that like Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland did not enjoy playing together. So if they didn't enjoy playing together, I think that's a good move regardless. Just to
Yeah, but that's the other thing with James Harden. It seems like everywhere he goes, there seems to be like a problem following him with his teammates or with the GMs.
I mean, it happens once, you're like, okay. Happens twice, like,
But 6
okay.
times.
6 times though. I mean, gosh, dude. At what point does it become the fault of the player?
Yeah.
And I think that's about 3 times, and now he's at 6.
Yeah.
So, I mean, gosh. So yeah, I think he could have handled things better. Still yet to hear any updates on Giannis. I know they said they weren't going to trade him, but you never know. Things get crazy at the deadline. Okay. So this is really, really interesting. Shams says the first round pick that got traded to the Clippers from the Pacers is... So the Pacers actually did something really, really smart in my opinion. So they did a protected 1 through 4 on this season, but it's still a guaranteed first round pick. So what they did, if it lands through 1 through 4 this year, pretty much being if they get, any of the 3, I don't know why they did 4, but any of the 3 guys that are, going to be the potentially number 1 pick, then it's just gonna be the Pacers pick that season, and then the Clippers still get a pick, but it pushes back all the way to 2031. So, but if not, same thing if the pick is 10 through 30. So, the Clippers, if the Clippers want the pick this year, it would have to be pick 6 through 9, which is really strange. But I mean, they'll get a pick no matter what. So, if the pick falls between 6 and 9, the Clippers get it this year. If not, I guess they don't. I don't know. I've never really seen anything like this before. Definitely something pretty unique. again, the NBA trade deadline is at 2 p.m. It is 1:34 right now, so 26 minutes until the deadline. We will be live all the way up until the deadline occurs. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel. We're trying to get monetized here pretty soon. So y'all make sure to do all of that. Turn on your notifications. We have weekly shows every Friday. We have Panther Playback, we have current events, morning show every day happening on the Hill, make sure to tune into that. So all the good
Every
stuff.
Friday, question of the week. Might see me on there.
Every Friday question of the week on happening on the Hill. Y'all make sure
on there.
To tune into that. One thing I haven't talked about yet that I meant to talk about. Lonzo Ball traded from the Cavaliers to the Hornets. He's having an awful year this year, unfortunately for me as a Cavs fan. So we traded him to the Jazz for, I think, a second-round pick. No, we traded him and a second-round pick for money, and then as soon as the Jazz got Lonzo, they cut him, and the Hornets are expected to sign Lonzo Ball. So Lonzo's going to play with LaMelo. I think LiAngelo is still on the Hornets G League team.
I didn't know he was still playing. I thought he was just rapping now.
I thought he was just rapping too, but I saw something saying like a picture of him. So, I don't know.
All three Ball brothers back together.
Yeah, Chino Hills, 2016, 10 years later. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. 10 years later reunited. That's pretty cool. So yeah, maybe LeVar's gonna be the coach too. But
give him an interview.
Yeah, give him an interview. He's better than MJ. He beat MJ 1-on-1. With that being said, though, no trades have happened since the Zubac trade. Details are still somewhat coming out on that. I meant to say, so with this potentially being LeBron's last season, him staying with the Lakers, that officially means LeBron's longest tenure was with the Los Angeles Lakers, which is something doesn't really seem real because it felt like he was on the Cavs. Like it felt like when you think LeBron, you don't think Lakers, you think Heat, you think Cavs. You don't, you know what I mean? This guy.
I thought the Lakers would just be like a quick 2-year retirement.
Yeah, and now he's been there 8 years, which is crazy to me. So yeah, and potentially he would have won an MVP with the Lakers if it wasn't for Solomon Hill, I think his name is, injured him. So yeah, Lakers just still thriving though as an organization, still scamming every organization out there. They traded the corpse of Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic. They traded some bones for the best offensive player in the NBA, which I don't love Luka as a player.
And the Mavs traded Anthony Davis back for almost nothing.
So now here are the current. I have to pull it up. Luka trade today. I have to pull up the current, what's it called? The current
situation.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I can't find exactly what it was, but so pretty much, the Mavericks traded Luka Doncic for D'Angelo Russell. For Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley, 2 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks. New trade, just now, 1:38 p.m. 22 minutes left. The Charlotte Hornets are trading Tyus Jones to the Dallas Mavericks for Malachi Branham. So as we're speaking, that Malachi Branham part that I just said about the Anthony Davis trade,
already changed.
You could just change it to Tyus Jones. So now they pretty much traded Luka Doncic for
Chris Middleton,
AJ Johnson, Chris Middleton, Tyus Jones, Marvin Bagley III, 2 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks.
Maybe the best player in the Mavs organization history.
Whoa! Dirk Nowitzki is better than Luka.
They're close. They're close.
Yeah, I will say that they're closer than people.
They're 1 and 2.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Unless I'm just forgetting about somebody.
Jason Kidd.
Luke is better than Jason Kidd. So yeah.
But
Um.
so the trade deadline's about to end, isn't it?
Yeah, we have 21 minutes. We will be live with y'all throughout the entire time. If y'all have any takes, make sure to drop it in the you know what I mean. Drop it in
Comment.
the chat. We will be reading the chat. I haven't really had it pulled up, but I'm gonna pull up the chat so I can read it. In case y'all said anything. But yeah, make sure to like the live, everybody. We're here with the live updates, reports, and opinions on all the trades. Malachi Brandon for Tyus Jones. I just think that's a logical thing to do, and just to, get some more guard space, for the Mavericks, especially since they've been lacking in that department. Kyrie coming back. Is he? I'm having a brain fart. Is he's still on the Mavs, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. PHS Productions. So, if y'all are saying anything now, I do have the chat pulled up. Yeah. Make sure to like the live though. Oh, there we go. Well, I guess I can't even see the chat, so that's just great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's turned off.
Oh, okay. Ousmane Dieng and Nick Richards were just traded. So Ousmane Dieng to the Bucks and Nick Richards to the Bulls. I mean, I don't really have anything to comment on that. That's just two role players. I think they just did it for scheming things. Depending on what they were trying to do there.
Yeah. But I think you can expect to see Giannis gone. If he doesn't get gone in the next 20 minutes, he's definitely gone in the off season.
The next 20 minutes, I doubt they would make a trade. That would be pretty cool if they traded Giannis in like the last minute of the deadline. That would be pretty funny. Here we go. Again, Shams Charania had not had a great deadline in terms of predicting what's to come, but I mean, on call sheet, it's like a 20% chance that he gets fired. So he's not Adrian Wojnarowski. So I think that's just proven to be today. But yeah. So the Harden Cavs trade, I think, is the only trade he's predicted over the deadline so far. Which is, I mean, yeah, it's a big trade, but one trade you didn't have any sort of idea about the Anthony Davis trade. How did you not know about that? That's a huge 8-player trade. You couldn't get one source on that. Yeah. So again, NBA trade deadline is open. It's in 18 minutes now. I thought Shams just said something, but he didn't. I'm trying to pull up the chat for y'all here, if I can. If I can get it pulled up. Okay. Yeah, I have the chat pulled up. Actually, there is no chat, so that's probably why I couldn't see anything. Yeah, there's no chat. I don't know why there's no chat, but yeah, comments are disabled for whatever reason. Yeah, so trade deadline coming up here. 17 minutes. I have Shams pulled up right here. Again, the Zubac trade, probably the biggest trade of deadline hour. I guess it's the what would you call it? The last hour.
Last half hour. What I say.
Yeah, I mean, what's that called? Happy hour of the deadline. I don't know. But yeah, last trade in the last hour. There'd be at least big trade is the Zubac trade.
I just don't see anything big really coming through the last 20 minutes. I mean,
Yeah.
unless they're just waiting, I don't know why.
I know last year there was a lot going on towards the end of the deadline, but yeah. So definitely interesting. Well, here we go. New trade. Shams is being weird. Well, I'll report whenever it gets here. Because it's just not loading. I have it pulled up, but it's just nothing new. Yeah. So Shams kind of dropped the ball a little bit this year, but we still have our faith in Shams. He's a great reporter. So again, we talked about Giannis. You think he's gonna go to the Timberwolves? Do you think LeBron's going to retire? Do you think he's going to stay with the Lakers? Do you think he's going to get a new team? Do you think he's going to go back to the Cavs? Do you think he's going to go to the Warriors? I mean, heck, what do you think he's going to do?
I think if he doesn't retire, I think he stays with the Lakers. I mean,
One more year?
I would think so. I mean, I don't see him leaving Bronny at the Lakers and just going and abandoning the family. I don't see that.
So let's say somebody trades for Bronny. Do you think LeBron just instantly goes to wherever Bronny's traded?
I think if the Lakers know Bron's staying, like not retiring, I don't think they're going to trade him. I don't think they would trade him for that.
You don't think they would trade Bronny? Put him on
because I think they know that once they trade him, LeBron's gone.
LeBron's gone.
I think that's just he's too valuable for the team to keep LeBron there to trade him.
Right. Which again is what comes with LeBron. He's been inconsistent, but I mean he's a 41-year-old man. The greatest, in my opinion. Sorry to the MJ fans, heck, the Kareem fans, if there are any, the Bill Russell fans, the freaking John Havlicek fans. LeBron's the greatest player of all time. But yeah, so when you have the greatest career ever, I think you're allowed inconsistency in year 23, 24, something like that. I mean, heck, this guy is 41 years old. This guy, I mean, there's people.
He's been doing this longer than we've been alive.
There's teachers at this school that are younger than 20, that are younger than 41.
Yeah.
There's probably a good bit of them.
Probably a lot.
Heck, there's probably teachers at this school who were kids when LeBron played his first game.
Yeah.
That's like crazy to me. So again, 14 minutes to the deadline. It has been a very, 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 very quiet deadline over the last 14. But again, I probably would expect the last 13 minutes kind of where everything, opens up a little bit in terms of the deadline. We're going to be here until about 2:03, I think. You think that's about good, Josh?
Yeah.
2:03, in case anything comes in a little after. Teams holding out to make the deal at the very end of the deadline for whatever reason. But teams get desperate whenever the deadline arrives. So, I wouldn't expect too many big trades, though. Most of the big trades happen before the last minute because you don't want to trade away a big guy, a big.
You don't want to do it under looking at down the barrel. You don't want to be under that pressure.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah.
Because you make a bad decision there, you could ruin your whole season there. You could go from a contender to losing a guy that maybe doesn't even want to be there.
Yeah. I think you put it perfectly. Yeah, really, I don't know a better way to put it.
No.
I think you would just say that. Gosh, I'm trying to figure out another way to put it.
I'm trying to think of an example
sense.
of
Right.
a trade that.
Luka got traded for Anthony Davis in the middle of the night, but
Yeah.
again, I don't think that was the very end. DeAndre Hunter, the very end of the deadline last year, but he's not a great player. He's a good player. He's above average for sure. But yeah. So
What's some people that you're gonna look out for in the offseason? Like if they don't get traded, they're gone.
oh, for
I mean,
Zion,
obviously
Ja,
Giannis.
Zion, Ja, Giannis, maybe people that are gonna get traded.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Donovan Mitchell. He said he kind of unhappy.
Shoot, maybe even James Harden. You know, maybe he don't like the
Maybe.
first few months.
Maybe. Probably Bam Adebayo, maybe. Tyler Hero, and really anyone on the Heat. Damian Lillard, maybe he might retire. To be honest. Kevin Durant, same thing. And if he does retire, I think Alperen Sengun might request a trade. Any of the players that are on the Thunder that are just not getting many minutes, they might just want to get more playing time so they can get more money.
But like, where do you see like a Zion going? Like a Zion or a Ja?
Okay, I think they're gonna end up playing together. To be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if like they ended up on the Hornets with LaMelo.
I mean that's a
LaMelo, Zion, Ja, Brandon Miller all on the same team. I mean,
they're pretty young too. That's a young, good core.
yeah. That'd be pretty sick, but they'd be like super freaking short. I don't even know how that would run. Ja at the 1, Brandon Miller at the 2, LaMelo at the 3.
I'd go Melo at the 2, Brandon Miller at 3.
Yeah. You're right. I don't know why I said that. Brandon Miller at the 3, Zion at the 4. But
And then just get a center.
just get a center. I mean, who's their center right now?
I'm blanking.
It's not Mason Plumlee, bro. I mean, they still have Kelly Oubre. That'd be a good 6-man. Who is the Hornets center? I'm having. It's gonna pop up. Oh, Concanipple is there too.
Yeah. But see,
Moussa Diabate. I don't even know if that's how you say his name, but I completely forgot this guy existed.
I mean, they could always go super small, put Zion at the 5, Concanipple.
I mean, Zion did play with. I was gonna say Mason Plumlee, but I knew he was like the third string. He started 5 games this year, though. I mean, heck, Mason Plumlee is starting a game in 2026. I don't know at this point. Less than 10 minutes till the trade deadline, and nothing has came in over the last 6 minutes. What either is going on here, or teams have closed the door and like, okay, we're comfortable with our roster, or I think potentially teams are saying that they're not trying to, like you said, look down the barrel with a trade.
Might just be waiting it out, seeing if another team makes the first move.
Yeah. Very good. If you're given a golden opportunity, I think that's still something you take. But
Like the Lakers did last year. I mean,
right.
it dropped right in their hands.
So yeah, if you're given the opportunity, I still think you take the. I think you take the chance. Take your chance, but if not, then you just have to roll with what you got. And I mean that's how the trade deadline works, and if you don't like it, then you can see yourself out the league. Pursue a different career. But we do have 8 minutes, so we're gonna go heavily into what's happening. So I'm gonna be really, really, just in case something does happen. Shams is currently live on ESPN, just saying everything, his opinions on the Zubac trade. They have a roundtable, I believe, but Zubac, I think it's a good pickup for the Pacers. Definitely a replacement for like a Miles Turner. Tyrese Halliburton, Zubac is going to roll pretty similar to that probably. Miles Turner did have better defense, but I think Zubac has more offensive versatility, which is what works better for Miles Turner. But they did trade away Benedict Mathurin, so I mean they still have Nimhart. Andrew, did they trade away Nimhart? Okay, they traded away Benedict Mathurin and Isaiah Jackson and 2 first-round picks and 1 second-round pick. I think they paid pretty fairly for Zubac because they got Kobe Brown too, which he'll fit in with the Pacers right there. He'll get buckets. He's a bucket getter. He'll find his way around. I wouldn't be surprised if I see like the Kings and the Pacers make a trade just to try and like scheme themselves a little better. But again, these are 2 teams that are tanking, building for the future. Pacers, we have the Pacers, the Kings, the Clippers, the Bulls. There are 4 teams that have really done the most during this deadline, showing like, hey,
this is what we're doing, and we're gonna do it the way we want to do it. And I think that their fan bases just have to live with that.
What do you think? Like a guy that's coming up on free agency, getting offered up for a trade and trade deadline. Where do you think that falls? Like in the influence, like we'll have him for a few months, but like we might not have him come next year. Like, do you think that influences the GMs on?
Oh, of course. I just don't know how
they
much.
wanna just
you
wait
just have to
and-
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That-
do we need to get him now so we can win now, or should we wait and try to get him in the offseason free agency?
I think that really just depends how good your team is doing right now. Oh, if you're a team that's playing good right now, then I think that's when you need to make the trade. Push for title. But if you're a team that's like, hey, we have other players' contracts expiring at the end of the year. This guy's on a 1-year deal. We'll just push it out to the offseason and see if we can get a few of the players back to our team and then maybe get him too.
Yeah.
And we're not in the best position in the standings. I think that's probably the best situation for them. But we are closing in on the 5-minute, surge, if you want to call it that. This is where I think there were like 4 trades in the last 5 minutes last year. So, the Karis LeVert, the Isaiah Hunter trade, I believe, was at like the last minute of the deadline last year, which is apparently I think the Cavs won that trade by a mile with some hindsight. So 5 minutes until the deadline. There hasn't been a trade for 15 minutes now, which is very surprising to me. Teams to keep your eye on: the Nuggets. I still think they're gonna try and trade for somebody big before the deadline. The Nuggets, the Raptors, the Trailblazers, the Rockets, the 76ers, maybe trying to get another big man to relieve Joel Embiid, since he's not gonna be playing that much. They have Aiden Bonham, but Adam Bonham. I don't even know how to say his name. But man. Again, the Cavs might be still looking to make a move for a forward, unless they're really just going all in on Jalen Tyson, and Dean Wade. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised if they traded Dean Wade for Dean Wade in a 2nd-round pick for just a small forward that can get the job done. Like a Kelly Oubre, Dean Wade, and 2 2nd-round picks for Kelly Oubre. What else? So 4 minutes to the deadline. We're gonna get Mr. Foster up in here. Give his opinions on the trades. I got the things pulled up. I got Sean's pulled up. So it's right here. There hasn't been trade for 15 minutes. So kind of surprising to me.
What was our last trade?
Our last trade
Whoa,
was
trade in this chair.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The same thing happened to me. So we had the last trade.
Turn me up in the phones, Josh.
Tyus Jones to the Mavericks for Malachi Branham. So Malachi
Maybe a
Branham.
little bit down. Yeah, okay, there we go.
Branham was part of the
Tyus is
AD
kinda
trade.
falling off of a cliff. He's really kind of reliable role guy, and he's just kind of falling off.
And that trade that we talked about that changes. So the Luka trade, with hindsight now, the Mavs, it's Luka for Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Tyus Jones, Marvin Bagley III, 2 first-round picks in 3 seconds. So they,
Pretty bad.
not
Pretty
the
bad.
best look for Nico Harrison at all.
Well, he can look all day because he's at the house.
Right, he is. Well, he's completely paid off now, right?
Well, he's at the house either way. He probably got a nice paycheck, but
2 minutes till the deadline.
we ain't getting anything else.
You don't think so? We had a last minute trade. We had 2 last minute trades last year.
It's a wrap.
You think it's
Big
done?
winners of the trade. Who do we get? Deadline. Who do
Of
we
the
have?
deadline, I think biggest loser was the Jazz. Winner, the Wizards, if they can stay healthy. But I don't know. I just don't have confidence. The Thunder, I think they did pretty
I'm
good
gonna
in getting
disagree.
McCain.
I don't know what the Wizards are doing.
If they can stay healthy, everyone's talking about. Oh my gosh, the Wizards might actually be good. They have Alex Sarr, Trae Young,
D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Davis.
That
5 years ago.
right.
It's
But how is Alex Sarr gonna fit in a scheme with Anthony Davis? They need some spacing.
really good defensive. But again, the question with AD is like you've given up all these assets to be the 8 seed. Like I think that's about your upside is you've given up all these assets. What is the ceiling for that team? And you've got young guys. You've sort of invested in the future, and now I don't know what the long-term vision is there.
And right, you said another winner in my opinion. Mavericks. Even though they made this trade, it looks bad for them. Like, okay, we're really resorting, but at least they can own. Hey, we made a mistake in the Luka trade, but they're trying to turn
But
things
you got
around.
you got a young Cooper Flag who's really started taking off the past few weeks.
And I also look at it and like, I'm not a big conspiracy guy, but I also find it very, very hard to believe that wasn't a backdoor kind of, hey, we're gonna do the Luka and we'll give you the number 1 pick and we'll give you Cooper Flag. I do think they have a bright future to get some assets. Anthony Davis is a lost cause, health-wise. I mean, he's a good player, but I think his best days are past. So to get some good assets for that, I think that's not a bad thing. And yeah, Dallas is playing for the future. They're not winning a championship this year or next year. So yeah,
Or probably not the year after that either. I mean,
and the Jazz, I don't totally call that a loss. I mean, I think
they overpaid for Jaren Jack. They traded 4 players, Walter Clayton, and 3 first-round picks. They went from one of the youngest teams in the league with some of the most picks. They traded away essentially 4 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks too.
They had a ton of picks. I think the issue is with Jaren Jackson. Like, what's the window like? He's still a really good player, but I think similar with Washington, you're kind of mortgaging the future of potentially being like an OKC team that is loaded with picks. But they got SGA and kind of brought in. They were able to tread water and win while still bringing in those assets, which is really hard to do. So Utah had a bunch of assets. I mean, similar. They have a ton of first-round picks. So using a couple of them to get a proven player, I don't hate that, but the timeline's a little.
I would at least want an all-star.
I think he's an all-star. Yeah.
But
Former all-star.
Or a current all-star. He didn't even make an all-star game this year.
Well,
With that being said, the trade deadline is now. It's done. There have been no incoming reports, but we're gonna probably say 11 until about 2:03 in case Shams is writing something as we speak. But I do believe that will be it. So just to recap all the trades that happened over the deadline, or at least the somewhat notable ones. Not all of these are notable, but Giannis did not get traded. First and foremost, he will be staying with the Bucks throughout the rest of the season. Likely moved in the offseason.
Okay, can I? I'm so sorry. I know we got to talk about Jared McCain or whatever. Y'all's opinions on like T-Wolves fans to potentially get Giannis. I'm a T-Wolves fan, but that was kind of a big discussion. What is y'all's view on that? Would that have been a good trade for Minnesota? Would you have liked Giannis? I don't think he's going to Minnesota now, period. What do y'all think about that?
I think it depends on who he gave up, but I think if they got them, I think they were an instant contender and a great shot to go win the championship.
Well, I think the Timberwolves are already a contender.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
When you're changing something about your team during the middle of the season, when you're already chasing a championship, I don't think it's smart to do something like that chemistry-wise, especially when you're going to be having to give up that much for Giannis. That's going to completely mess up your team chemistry. I mean, Giannis is a great player, but you get to a point like how much are you willing to trade for him? If I think it's smart by the Timberwolves that they didn't make the trade, but I do think it's a good idea to at least look into it because I mean, if you're able to get Giannis for Dante DiVincenzo, 2 first-round picks and I don't know, like Rob Dillingham, I would have made that trade a million times, but
it was going to cost a lot more than that.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, take your shot. I mean. The Bucks, he's on Giannis on the last year of his contract. So I mean,
So I was watching last night when the T-Wolves beat the Raptors, and I found it very interesting that they were interviewing Anthony Edwards after the game. He said, "What was the difference in the second half?" And he always has said this, but he said Jaden McDaniels. He said, he's the guy that does everything for us. He's the difference, and he was kind of rumored to be the centerpiece of the trade. So to me, I kind of took that as, hey, that's my guy, and. I still think there's upside with him. Naz Reid is playing his best ball. I'd love to see those 3 guys together, and I know we would have had to give up one, if not both of them. Depth is the issue. I think we did address that with the trade we did today. But, I mean, Giannis at healthy, the 2 of them, it's hard to think you kind of get those two guys and you figure out the rest. But the depth is such an issue. I'm kind of happy my boy Jaden and the man Nas Reed will stay in Minnesota.
Well, with that being said, Shams is not bringing in any new reports, so I do believe the trade deadline has ended. The last major trade being Zubac to the Pacers. Really highlighting the trade deadline, you have Anthony Davis going to the Wizards, James Harden and Darius Garland, and a big trade. What was the other one? Jaren Jackson to the Jazz, Kristaps to the Warriors. Zubac to the Pacers, and that's really Giannis stays with what's it called? Giannis stays with the Milwaukee Bucks. So yeah, that's all we have for the trade deadline. Curran and Jake will be back next Friday, right? Next Friday, they should be as if things go according to schedule. Vinyl Verdict tomorrow, Panther Playback tomorrow, happening on the Hill. Make sure to tune into all that. Question of the week. Are you on there this week, Will?
I'm not on it this week.
You're not on it this week?
Not
All right.
this week.
We'll see y'all, I guess, next year with this. Thanks for tuning in, and